Is the camera on?
Guys, we're rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, go for it. How long? How long? 30
Edit
seconds.
this spot the fuck out.
No one's editing. No one's editing nothing. Come on, Sid.
Guys, this is NK. Start the episode here. Ask the question again. NK, start the episode here.
As a sellout. I need you say everybody's got an amount. You said
Okay,
everybody's
cool.
got an amount.
Yeah, for sure.
Acting
for sure.
as a monkey on a show. Like let's
On a
say
show.
on Generations or some big show.
Yeah, some
King Sam.
peak time show.
You know, yeah. And you acting as a monkey for 30 seconds. But proper acting like a monkey.
Do I dictate what the monkey does? Do I
You
gotta
have to be
scratch
the
myself?
You have to be the best monkey ever. 30 seconds. How much do they have to pay?
Bro, he's the best monkey ever.
Oh,
How much you gotta pay? See ya?
He's taking it. No.
Yeah.
I take 50.
50K?
Yeah, I'll take 50K.
Yeah, same. That's my minimum.
Cash. This is cash money now.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
come on,
Minimum.
Yeah.
There's no,
minimum.
there's no
Boom.
tax, nothing.
Come on, bro.
30 seconds.
I'm not even gonna make eye contact with them, Sabo. I'm taking it.
Yeah, 50K. What about you?
About 5. Oh, sorry. My bad.
Oh, man. 5K.
I got 4 kids, bro.
Why is it that low, bro?
I take my kids to Rocker Mamas.
He said, I got 4 kids. A grand for each kid.
Nah, they're great. They're getting a burger at Rocker Mamas and some chips.
I got problems.
How much is that? You know what? Can I tell you? It goes back. You know, like I see on social media. I always see on social media people when they post, like, let's say, like they're posting their kids, and then like they put an emoji over the child's face.
Yeah.
To hide the kid, yeah.
As if we care who your child is. You're not that famous. We don't care.
I mean, I think some people, it's just from a place of like,
I'm protecting my child.
because of the
Some people hide their number plates. Also.
the abuse that kids. Look, there was this kid who committed suicide like 2-3 weeks ago.
That's sad.
Right? She was being like, they were doing this whole, I think it was like a TikTok challenge where they were showing a parent, you show your parents, then you show yourself. And then the parents, I think, were like slender, and then she was biggish, and then the comment sections went crazy, right? And then so some people, because social media can be so weaponized, that some people are like, yo, I know my sensitivity. I know that this will be I'm
You're a
easily
fat child.
triggered.
But a fat child, bro. What it is a fat child.
Yeah, but people, I mean, you gotta see, our generation is a lot more
I just
sensitive.
I just think, Uti, don't post your child at all.
rather.
Then putting an emoji. Who's
Okay,
your
I see what you mean.
Who
In
are
the
you,
sense of-
bro? You've got 250 followers.
Yeah.
Who are these people that are now caring about a baby that's 7 months old? If you
But
are
you can't
like,
see the face, bro.
like if you are like someone like a politician, someone that we know, and you're a big deal, and
Yeah.
I get when those people decide to protect their family,
Yeah.
because they're big, they're huge.
Yeah.
But who are we? We nothing, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, rather just not post your child. Now you've got a picture of an apple over your child's face. Like, fam, as if like your child is. And here's the thing. And then when a child gets to like 1.5, then you start posting the child.
Yeah. And now the child has a page. Which has
Now the child has a
now the
page.
caption says, "Mommy, I love my mommy."
Yeah, umamaga.
Happy Mother's Day, mommy.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, mommy.
I look at this and I say, I just don't understand. And it's just me that doesn't understand.
Yeah.
You know, but no. I get that. But no, you guys are expensive. You guys are expensive taste. And it's something for me to look up to when I think about a Sizwe Dube who has no amount, because he will not be deterred, or 100 million because Debs has got that T-Rex money, a long dollar.
Can make it.
You say that T-Rex money.
Yeah, no, he's got that money, bro. He's got that long dollar.
I said I know how to make a million.
Yeah, I said I can make
I
it.
can't do it for a million.
I think I could make like a tower, but I'd do it for a tower. That's how I'd make my tower.
Penson leaves nothing on the table, bro.
Yeah. for sure.
Dog, I've got a very. I wonder when people make those hypotheticals. What?
Yeah.
Whoever is wanting to use me, like you become a whoever's wanting to use
He
me,
said use.
please use me. I'm a very.
Take me for what I am.
I was like, I'm happy that I wasn't invited to Diddy's those white parties. I would have been there twerking.
But what's your no-go then?
I would have been there twerking.
Where do you draw the line then?
Family and my booty hole. That's where I draw the line. Family, without a doubt, my booty hole second. That's where I draw the line.
Where do you draw your line?
What's happening?
Phones.
Is it the phones?
Is it frequency? Oh, let's
We need to switch it off or.
Is it killing?
Bed.
Okay.
Do we switch off the phones? Do we put them away?
Flight
Do we
mode.
flight mode?
Just switch man the fuck off once.
Anyway, I'm switching on. I'm switching next topics. So Slim, you are in music.
Was in music.
You're out of music.
Yeah.
Why?
Um.
Can you just chat about the journey that you took? I've heard your Joburg story and moving to
Yeah.
Joburg, and I think it's one of the most motivational stories.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of younger guys would benefit from
Yeah.
hearing it. And if you can just usnige backstory, quick sticks about that whole journey from you going from Cape Town to Joburg.
Yo, I'm gonna try and summarize it. I'm born and bred in Cape Town. Moved to Joburg 2019.
Both of you guys are from Cape Town.
Yeah.
Sure.
Moved to Joburg in 2019. Saw flames, right?
What do you mean saw flames?
Like got an apartment
So why did you come to Joburg?
for music.
Okay.
Right? I felt like I hit a ceiling in Cape Town.
And you do hip-hop
Performed,
there?
yeah, performed at every single venue, and I really, Joburg was the city to go to peak in South Africa, right? So got to Joburg, no resources at all, like no resources at all besides family, right? Very little connections, and when you're starting out in anything, there's this level of naivety that anybody has, which is a good thing. It's like that naivety helps you move forward without overthinking things,
Because you
right?
become that blind optimist.
Yeah. So I was in that phase, one of the most exciting phases, because you don't see things not working out until you are in a position where it's like, okay, now there is other elements, right, that you see, okay, in order to be able to succeed in the industry, here's other elements that you actually need,
Sure.
right? Things like resources and yada, 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 yada. So
So how did you pay your rent?
there was a campaign that I did before I got to Joburg, one of the biggest campaigns that I did. It was the first time I got like over 100 grand from a campaign. And I was like, yo, let me take this money, use this money to come to Joburg.
Okay.
And then once that money started, and you can see when the when the money is running out,
You can see it, yeah.
when you just
And
the
you see
money
from
you
like
keep
about
spending.
17,
yeah,
You're
like,
targeted beat.
you're like, yo.
From 17, you're like, yeah, I chase them.
And then there's this crazy
Jesus.
thing we do, right? We like, when you start, you buy, instead of just buying 60 rand airtime, you buy 12 rand airtime like 4 times. Like, I'm gonna take this shit in bits, right? Because you're just telling us I can't see myself spending too much money. Anyway, I was in Joburg. Luckily, then I came across AMP Studios,
Sure.
right? Which was a creative hub for creatives, free resources. I was like, oh, this is what I need. And I thought resources was the problem. So got access to free resources. It was, of course, challenging because you need to book, you wait long. Started putting out music again. Then it was lockdown. Because 2020, lockdown comes. Throughout lockdown, the wave of Amapiano was just insane. Scorpion Kings were dropping every other month or whatever. Post-lockdown, I assess the market, right? And I look and I say, okay, I am unapologetically hip-hop. Like, I love hip-hop, right? I can write music for other genres, but I'm unapologetically hip-hop. Do I move with the wave
And move into my piano.
into another sound or into another, or do I keep going? And I was gigging, bro. Gigging at this time, I think 2022, 2 years after COVID, 2022. Sia moves in with me.
Okay.
Right? Sia's
Did
learning.
you guys know each other from Cape Town? Or you guys
Yeah,
know
knew each other from Cape Town.
Cape Town.
When I got to Cape Town in December, I told Sia, yo, I'm going back to Joburg. Sia was like, yo, come back to Joburg for a week. Like, come for a week and you can go back to Cape Town. Because he was like, I'm sick of Cape Town. He's like, you for real? He's like, I was like, yeah. He's like, I cool, give me 2 hours. He didn't tell nobody. He'll tell his part.
So
He
what-
didn't tell
yeah,
nobody.
that's what I was going to say.
He didn't tell
Okay,
nobody.
okay.
Packed his bags. Came to Joburg. We took a bus together.
City to city.
City to city. And we always, so we have this thing, right? Now, anybody that we meet from wherever that's come to Joburg, we're like, how did you get here? Bus or plane? And when they're like, I came here by plane.
Yeah, we.
Fair, man.
And not because we're trying to hate, but it's like when you're on that bus, right? Even now, even if I
better
can
hate.
afford,
It's a
right?
better age.
No, let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Even now that I can fly to Cape Town, but coming back to Joburg, I always take a bus.
Why?
Only reason is because when you actually sit, 2 hours is not enough to think about what the fuck you're gonna do in the city. 2 hours, it's not enough, bro. When you're sitting there 18 hours, Baba, your ass is, where you're just like, yo,
It's like,
man,
yeah,
I've been.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And you're not sitting.
Boy,
and
that bus trip is abusive, bro.
and
bus trip is
we're not talking city to city.
I told
You know
myself,
what I mean?
I'll never.
We're
ever,
not talking
ever
city
bus
to
long
city,
distance.
Ben. We're talking that bus where it's like, yo.
Yeah, because big time. All the buses are like flights.
Yeah.
So you have to take like that.
Nah.
So I think it's, some people will disagree, but I think it's so important to sit by yourself for 18 hours and really think about what the hell you're about to do. Right? 2 hours is not enough. Even in those 2 hours, you on your way to the airport, you're posting.
This glamour.
This glamour.
Yeah.
I just touched down. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? On the bus, nobody says I just touched down. You're just glad to be here, bro. You're like, yeah,
I made it.
The bus station is so boy. It's like half past 3x. It's dark. You don't know how the fuck you're gonna get to the next place, bro. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I'm performing, I'm gigging, 2022, I'm gigging. Sia's shooting, right? He's learning videography through me at the time. He's like, yo, I'm the shoot, bro. I'll do whatever. One day we're sitting at home and Sia's like, bro, I need to have a conversation with you. I'm like, what's up?
Home being Cape Town or home being?
No, here.
Yeah.
And Cresta. He's like, bro, you see the market. I'm like, I see the market. He's like, are you sure you wanna keep going this way? Like, why are you still doing this thing? And I was like, because I don't want the idea of, if I drop this thing, I failed. Right? It was like,
okay.
if I leave this thing, then I failed,
Then
right?
I feel like yes.
And there's something he said to me, which I still carry, where he was like, bro, there's some people with PhDs, masters, doctorates, right? And those people continue studying, not because they want to become doctorates and masters in these things, but because they're actually afraid of the real world.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So as long as they are named, they have that title, doctorate or whatever. They hold on to that thing. And there's people in the industry that you are in that are just doing it to hold on to that thing. They can't do anything else. You can actually do other shit. You have the ability to do other shit.
Were you working at AMT at the same time?
I was.
Okay.
So I was like, actually, right? And then I started slowly bowing out. Like, and it yes, at first it was uncomfortable because I was pivoting. Right? I was like, I don't want to. Now people are still, yeah, I want to book you for this. But I'm like, nah. But I knew that I needed someone who's gonna be able to say, yo, bro, like, this shit, you ain't gotta do this shit.
Do you still want to go back?
Nah.
How old are you, sorry?
32. If I go back now, maybe if the market changes, right? I'm not there. I'm not in it now to redefine it. Do you know what I mean?
I think if you go back, you go there for the love of it. Though.
Yeah. If I were to go back now, it'd be like I'm making music.
So what's stopping you from just making music?
Because
Like, forget performing, getting booked, just making music.
because then I wasn't making music for myself. Now I can make music for myself.
Yes, and I'm asking why you're
Yeah.
not making music for yourself now.
Now, because I'm building other businesses, right? I'm doing other things
is
that
the question maybe I should is the love for music no longer as strong as it was?
the love will always be there.
No, the love of making music
Yeah.
is not as strong as it used to be.
No, it's still
5 years ago.
It still is strong, but I don't want to. I'm still not in a position to just make music for me. I don't have that kind of time
Okay.
to just make music for me, right? I'd have to be
if you were
making
to
music
get-
for a commercial purpose.
You win the lotto, you get 100 million USD.
Yeah.
Would you go back to
Yeah,
music?
for sure.
Okay, so the heart is still there.
The art is absolutely still there, but it's like I'm an adult, and also where hip hop was in 2020, even up to now, where hip hop, it's in a volatile place, bro. It's in a place where it can't be.
I just believe a genre that doesn't have a McKinsey, doesn't have money.
There we go. Or even if it's not a McKinsey, even if it's people, if it doesn't have a group of people that are able to put illegal money into it, it's not gonna work.
What?
Yeah, any genre.
MTI does wearing bucket hats, the whole country. Everybody.
If a genre doesn't have people that can put illegal money into it, it's not gonna last.
What?
Yeah. Who's putting money in hip hop now? Think about it. Like who's putting?
So who put wait. Angizange ba controversial.
Yeah.
Ubani wafaka imali kuphi kanjani? Ukuthi
No, I think for example, right?
Because there's a lot of people that made it a little bit.
Hip hop was cool, right? You had politicians pumping money into music. You had politicians pumping money into record labels. It's there. You can read about it.
Like
Right.
I can read
We
about.
don't have to go there.
No, but if you say I can read about it, then it's public knowledge.
You can read about it.
No, but you
We don't have to waste the people watching this time.
No, but I'm just saying hypothetically.
But
I mean, if
there's-
you say it's public knowledge,
Yeah.
then there's nothing wrong with saying public knowledge.
What I'm saying is, you can read about it, right?
Yeah.
There's
Like an FCC?
huh?
Sorry.
What'd you say?
What's it?
Okay, I want to move on.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So even different Amapiano, right? There's people putting money into it, and that money doesn't have to necessarily go to money starting a record label.
Sure.
That can be money to say, if I go to a Amapiano event, bottles are gonna pop.
Yeah.
If I go to a hip hop event, bottles.
They're bringing in the.
I'm not saying they're not gonna pop. These kids are gonna bring lean and na. The ecosystem as a whole,
It's very different.
right? On radio right now, there's no more than 2, if not 3 hip hop shows. If you're lucky, there's 2, 3 hip hop. So it's the whole economy, bro.
Is maybe the way that whoever's looking at watching and thinking, is that not maybe an opportunity?
It can be for sure.
I just also believe that the world doesn't want us exporting what the world already has. So if we are in exporting a blackie, I don't think he's gonna make it far.
Sia, what's your story?
In general.
How did you get to Joburg?
So I was working. I was working at Old Mutual corporate company, doing banking there, busy with their card and stuff. Then Slim came in December, as I said.
20? Which year?
2022. Yeah.
2021.
2021, yeah. Then he's like, yo, bro, do you want to check out Joburg? I told them at work that, like, yo, I'm sick, bro. Like, I want to go buy a paper.
Yeah.
And then my doctor gave me 7 days in the vibe. Yeah, got here to Joburg. Yeah, got here to Joburg. And then I went to Slim's workplace every day with him, waking up with him. Then when I got there, I saw another life. I was like, damn, like these people are actually human beings. Yeah, celebrities.
Yeah,
It's like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yo, damn, like who's here? That's crazy. Yeah, well, and then sat there, and then I kind of saw a gap in the company where.
How old were you in 2021?
I was 24.
Okay.
3, 4.
Damn.
23. Right? Yeah.
No, because the reason I'm asking the age is because different people that will hit us up are in different chapters of their lives.
Yeah.
Some people believe that they might be too young to do something, and at the same time, there's people that think that they're too old to do something.
for sure.
So it's always that thing where, especially Tina as abantu abamnyama, we always held back by age.
Yeah.
I'm too young, I'm too old. And we never get to pull the trigger because we've created that prison
For
ourselves.
Yeah. So when that Friday hit, I was supposed to go back on Sunday. I shy immediate. Thank you guys. I'll find a better way forward. And now I don't have a plan. I'm on his couch. Then I learned Premiere on YouTube.
What's that?
Premiere Pro is like an editing software.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just stood there on YouTube like every night, went to go implement it, amped everything I'm learning every day. And then one day, this after the school, booked amped as a, they wanted to shoot a documentary. This one girl's like, yo, can I see? She's in 3rd year. Can I see what you're doing? That's now me being on YouTube for like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
Can I see what you're doing? And then she's like, oh shit, it's actually cool seeing a professional at work. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm like, yo, Slim, that's what that girl said. Can I start charging? Can I go crazy?
I'm a pro at this.
Yeah. Then the company didn't offer editing, which is amped.
Yeah.
You just got there, shot, and you left. So I just set up shop there, charged everybody 250 Rand per episode. And then I was the cheap guy. Everyone started flocking towards me.
Yeah.
You know? And then from there, and then
Why is it operation?
And this time there's no laptop to edit on.
yeah, I'm using amped resources. Yeah, and then
He's like, I'ma figure it out.
So I'm figuring it out. Yeah, well.
2022, that whole year.
Yeah, that whole year. And then here and there would be gigs here and there where I'll just like shadow people and whatever. And then finally the boss came of the company. He's like, yo, I want to see you. Apparently you creating a business within my business. What's going on? I'm like, yo, man, I'm just trying to, you know.
Trying to live. I'm trying to free myself.
I'm just trying to do this, yo. So Mchita's like, okay, let's see what you got. And then I show you my work. Then he's like, okay, cool. So basically you're the one that's basically shaping this whole podcasting thing your way. Yeah, well, so every single one, if Slim has a podcast about nature, I'm there. I'll try and do it like nature-esque vibe. Even with the set design at Amped will be along those lines.
Yeah.
So he's like, nah, man, we hired this guy. After me being on your couch for a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, so that we turned into a year and a half.
I'm in a very weird position because I get so many DMs where people ask me things and I have no answers.
Yeah.
I'm asking for it. Come on, I check GPT the answers for people. Like,
Yeah.
And it's so amazing where you see guys, because I knew you through my brother.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was from my side at least, and this is a bit gay from me. It's just like we hit it off.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
yes, these guys are so talented and they're so cool. Like, and then you want to chill with them more and more and more and more, and then hear the story more and more and more, and then when I phone Chimanat, then Chimana see him more and more and more, and like these are the stories that I think Tina as Amachita, and as Amagents, we're actually not pushing out there. I think what we are doing is we're selling certain narratives where we seem there's nothing wrong because now we do have Superman abilities, but we're also not saying the Clark Kent, like the sleeping on the couch for a year and a half. That's the Clark Kent. That's the putting in the hours. That's the days where you're feeling low. That's the days where you're like, okay, sharp. The whole day, just 3 slices and a peanut butter. You know, and those stories aren't told. And there's a young boy in Newcastle watching this and is going, do I take that risk? You know, because again, the narrative is come to Joburg, live soft.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
because they're hearing people like Debs are saying, I can make $1 million.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna be the end.
I can. Oh, Debs, I can make $1 million.
Shabanduan.
Yeah, boy. So now, in the card like Capitex got 750, and now he's sitting and he's saying, you know what? Let me actually just stay in my mom's house.
Yeah.
And it's rough, eh?
Yeah.
It's freaking challenging. But no, man, thanks so much, guys, for just coming through, getting that side, opening up. I think one, Slim, you need to go back to music. One.
For real? Why?
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
It's because his heart is there.
But here's the thing.
If you read The Alchemist.
Yeah. Okay, let me. And I'm not fighting it, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting it. Why I made music? Why I enjoyed music and still enjoy music?
Yeah.
Right. At that time it was my ability to. If I don't even need to know you to change your day, right? We don't need to.
Then
we
go
need
back
to,
and do that.
I still do that.
But but do it.
I
through
may not be
music.
doing it through music,
Do it
but
through
I
music.
still.
Why not through music? Do it through music.
If let me put it this way, bro. If it aligns, then I wouldn't fight it, right? If it aligns, then it aligns, right? But I still think even what I'm doing now, I'm still living within my purpose, even if it's not directly through music.
Yeah, but your purpose is not just one thing, though.
fair.
It's dope in what he does now, though.
No, but I'm not taking away from that.
Yeah.
I think again we're being sold this whole scenario that we need to work in specific silo, and there's more to this. You know, like literally, what I know about you is that I know that you love cricket.
Yeah.
You know, and one, you dope at editing, you're dope at being in front, behind the camera. There's nothing stopping you from also going back to sports and doing that side of it. You know, there's not even stopping you from going back to playing sport. But there's someone who has whispered, Guti, maybe you passed that sell by, you know, date, whatever the case may be. And I see it all the time in this space where people are given X amount of time. And if you haven't made it, oh well.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
get
for
off
sure.
the shelf, give it to someone else who's coming through. And I think that whole narrative has actually really thrown people off. I've seen it from a parenting perspective where people say, oh, I'm too young. I'm 29. I shouldn't have kids. You know, I'm still trying about my career. And I just say, don't hold yourself back.
Can I ask a question on
for
that? Actually, I wanted to bring that topic up. What age, if there's an age, what time period in your life is the right time period to have a kid?
Are we there? Oh, 13.
Wait. Before we get there, I just have a question with regards to hip hop, the music that we make, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like with that type of genre, I feel like that line exists, especially in the South African market. I think a few people like maybe Big Zulu or Malum Cat, they're at that age, Java. The rest are just.
I'm
I don't want to say this word, but it is.
I'm 36 and I play rugby. And let me tell you something. Guys who are 10 years my junior feel that they're old.
But here's what's different.
They feel they're old.
Let me tell you what's different, right? Is that are you trying to live off rugby?
No,
They're trying to
but-
live off music.
No, but it's no. Again, that's a different topic.
Okay.
I'm not saying live off music. I'm not saying live on music. I'm saying go back to making music because that's where your heart is.
Okay.
You know. So
Yeah.
again,
What does it get from satisfying the heart, though? What do you
it's
think you'll
peace,
get?
peace, bro. Dog, like I look at it. So my heart is in teaching. That's where my heart is.
Yeah.
That's not where I put food on the table or clothes on my back. But best believe, I still have friends that have kids and say, hey, Penson, please can you teach my child extra maths?
Yeah.
I go and teach for free. I still coach rugby. I coach rugby for free. I'll go and I'll coach. I still do it because that's where my heart is.
Yeah.
So I'll coach, I'll teach, I'll do whatever for free because my heart is there. And whenever I'm in that space, I'm just working. It's peace, bro, for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Okay.
it's like I'm going full circle and I'm closing the loop.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, you're so talented. Why are you denying the world this part of you?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. And I'm not saying to do it like
hear
every
you.
day for 10 hours.
Yeah.
You know, because you can just literally release one track every 2 weeks.
I think for me, when I Penson, I've always been that child throughout high school where they would tell me, you have so much potential, and I never knew what that potential was.
Yeah.
Neither do I think those teachers knew, you know. So I find myself now in a situation whereby it's not even arrogant chat, but whatever I touch, I become good at.
Yeah, and touch more things in.
So I don't find myself attaching myself to like the cricket or whatever.
No, but it's not attaching. Again, I think I'm tying your conversation to the child conversation. So, I say, Guti, it's not my kids. I'm the custodian of them. And I'm trying to allow them to express themselves to the world because they're bigger than me.
Yeah.
They're going to be who they need to be for the world. And that's the aim. If we can have that mindset, Guti, your child will give so much joy through his music, whatever the case is. Don't limit them.
Yeah.
Don't just say, oh my gosh, you are a phenomenal tennis player. Let's limit you there. Lapo, you might be a phenomenal tennis player that might take you 50 hours a week, but you're also a great author.
Yeah.
Do that. Do that as your peace. Do that as your joy. Do that as your love. Why can't you do that? You know, you had a guy who was saying, oh, I'm a realtor. I'm good at having buildings. But as a side hustle, I become a president of America. You know, like, think like that. If you actually break it down, you know, because he's still that. He's still going to Saudi Arabia, building hotels there. He's still going to Qatar, building hotels there. He's still saying, Guti, I'm going to go to Palestine and I'm going to mail things. He's still a realtor.
Yeah.
He's still a mogul, a property mogul who just so happens to be president. And I'm saying, Guti, why can't we also tap into our areas of love and passion and talent, you know, rather than being told, Guti, hey, Ntwana, you're so good at editing. Now you're zoned in at editing. Now Suzo editing. God, if you actually just went and played for some club at cricket, you might inspire the next generation so much more. And you love it, and you're passionate, and it so happens that you're good at it. Not saying I'm good at rugby. I'm just saying I do it selfishly because I like it.
Yeah.
But
don't you think there's a level of responsibility that comes with when you find a thing that you're good at? So it's like, if I'm good at creating content,
Sure.
if I'm good at whatever I'm good at,
Sure.
right? Then the responsibility outside of just myself grows, right?
Yeah.
There's family members to take care of. There's friends to take care of. So it's almost like an uninvited guilt that comes in.
But have
when
that as
you
your 9 to 5. Why can't you have that as your 9 to 5? Why can't that be your main pillar then?
What's this? Are you talking about the passion, or are you talking
No,
about
I'm talking about
the work now?
I'm talking about whatever you deem as your work.
Yeah.
Maybe you can have that as your 9 to 5.
But 9 to 5 is not enough, bro.
Yeah, like
I hear you.
Bro,
But I just think that
isn't
the
it
9
dangerous to have a work-life balance?
Doc, I was a teacher.
Yeah, but-
I was a teacher. No, couldn't have where do you go now, boy?
What are you talking and leaving? I'm like, leaving us out here.
Where am I going?
Aye, my bad.
I feel very uncomfortable with the work-life balance.
Doc, let me tell you, I was a teacher for 10 years. 10 years. I loved it and I thought I was good at it. And someone said to me, hey, bruh, do you want to get into the media space? You want to get into the advertising space? I was like, nah. And they're like, just try it. Just try it. And I'm telling you now, Guti, like that was one of the best decisions I've made. But at the same time, I'm not stopping teaching. Why would I do that? Because I still love that. So like, we listen to these multi-billionaires saying what you need to have. I'm like, Elon Musk, bro, you busy doing Neuralink, and you're doing Tesla, and you're doing space links, and you're tweeting, and you're gaming. I was like, who's told you to stop?
Yeah. But don't you think he has enough money to buy time?
I think he's just said, I'm gonna do all of it.
Yeah.
I think he's just.
Listen, I hear.
I don't think there was a time where Elon Musk said, I'm gonna do one thing. I'm trying to think about the people that I look up to. I don't know the time where they only did one thing. And
But
people
also-
can sell that narrative, but I'm not convinced because I watch Joe Rogan as much as people, and I'm like, this guy still fought, this guy still did this, this guy did this. Why must I limit myself? Like now I'm a bird in a cage.
But what I'm saying, up in Suga Corner, like where I come from, bro, right? I hear the Elon Musk. Elon Musk's dad is a millionaire. Or
Shut
whatever,
up! I'm not trying to go down the route of our parents who are just
let me finish. Let me cook. I'm saying that there's for I can hear that for you,
Sure.
and I love that for you. I'm saying for me, when I look at what I need to do,
Sure.
I have come to peace with the sacrifice that I needed to make sure everybody else is good, right? I'm not saying I'll never go back, right? What I'm saying is, I'm not mad at the fact that my purpose has slightly shifted. I'm not mad at, because I understand, like I said, that as I've grown up, right? There may have been 5 years ago, there may have been one person that I've had to take care of. Then as the years go by, there's more people and there's more people. And when I look at the sacrifices that I made, and I think that's I may be wrong, but that's the position most black men are in. To say, I know what my passions are, and my passions and the stuff that I love are a hobby.
Then do it
Now,
as a hobby,
right? But it's kati jayam.
No,
Like the
fam.
time to do them.
No.
The time to do them is
No.
it's
No.
And also I didn't come to Joburg for my hobbies, bro.
Bro, let me tell you. I think I had an epiphany when I turned 30. When my my ex was pregnant with my third born. And someone,
He's at 30.
yeah, she was pregnant at 30. And I was like, and a friend of mine asked me, Guti, hey, bro, this father thing, how's it? And I had an epiphany, and I realized, Guti, I actually don't know what I'm doing.
You
And
don't know what
I had
you're
a
doing.
whole existential crisis. But I realized, Guti, I've got two and one on the way, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Then I was like,
So why'd you have the child?
What am I doing?
Why did you have the child?
It's not about that because you need to have come apart. So it's
Okay.
it hit me, dog. It hit me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I was like, what am I doing? I literally said, I was like, what am I doing? And you're like, okay, so who are you? Well, especially when you have things that existential, like, who are you? You start there.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. Okay, I'm a man, hat. I'm a father, hat. At the time I'm teaching, hat. I'm also coaching the Lions, hat. So you start realizing, oh, there's so much about me. Let me try and zone it down and say, the father, how much percentage am I giving that? X. The teaching, how much percentage am I giving that? Y. The coaching, how much? And you start segmenting your life. Because you realize, Guti, you are a collective of so many aspects. And I'm not going to be a guy in this world that works at a factory where my job is just to put a button on a t-shirt. There's more to me.
Yeah.
You know, I've got so much more that I can give the world because I know when I'm going and I'm coaching, those boys are benefiting. When I'm in a boardroom, those people are benefiting. When I'm with my kids, those people are and God has given me so much, and He's given me so much because He knows I can handle it. You know, so I think once you can open yourself up, and again, if your 9 to 5 is you're working at a retail store, sharp, give that 9 to 5.
I hear you.
But at the same time, you might be good at playing FIFA and then you want to stream for an hour a day. Do that. And be a streamer.
Can I ask then, doesn't with being able to do those things, isn't it important to have the right support structure to be able to do that? Because what
Then
type of
build it.
support structure did you have in order to, when you were 30 and there was another kid on the
Build
way?
it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We came into this life with nothing, but we can build it. Bro, I didn't know you. But I think I came and I said, please can I be your friend? There's no one I knew in this room. Ne? As much as I said with Tusizo and Lutemza, my brother introduced me, I could have just been like, alright, cool. He's introduced me to thousands of people.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was like, Caesar, please can I be your friend?
Yeah.
Debza, please can I be your friend? And again, that's what you do because you create your community. You create your community. So I know what you right now, as much as we're recording, I know if I go back home, there's a warm plate for me that's waiting for me.
But
I
what I'm
know that
saying
because
is,
I've
ne?
created it.
What I'm saying is, I think there's people that don't have that kind of support structure.
Because they haven't created it. They think that, so we live in a world where people think when they see you, they just say, oh my gosh. That's why I was so appreciative when you're talking for a year and a half, you're sleeping on a couch. Because there's people that will see you now and not think, they just say it's your privilege. You created it, bro.
Yeah.
You came to Joburg, you went broke, you created this thing. You know, like it's not ukuthi winilotho yempilo. It was a lot of pain, a lot of challenges, a lot of falling, a lot of humility, a lot of pain, dog, embarrassment, shame. That not that you went through, that you're still going through while creating it.
Yeah.
And I think we miss those stories, dog.
With him saying I created it or whatever. Bro, I don't want to lie. I had no videography bone in me. Like, it wasn't even a thing that I thought about. Just like, till this day, I'm none the paper live. Right? No, I don't.
Let me tell you a stupid story. So, I have a business, Better Media. And we've got we always go with certain schools like your Vega and your EFTAs. So we bring people on as interns just for 6 months. And these kids know everything about media. Everything. And I remember when I started it, I remember in 2022, I knew nothing, bro. Jeez. So what I do is I'd have my laptop open because I'm presenting.
You present to people that know what's up.
It's my company. To people that know what's up. So I get them interns to be behind the laptop.
Yeah.
And then I made a chalkboard. Ne? And then they'd obviously be listening and they knew that I don't know shit.
Oh, okay.
So they'd be writing the answers on the chalkboard. Because everybody's camera's off. Ne? So they'd be saying, hey, sorry, so when it comes to these impressions, how are we serving them and what's the CPM?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so.
And they'd write it on the board. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's a very good question. So get it out. It's a very. I got into media not knowing media.
That's
you see your
dope,
story. I knew nothing. And I'm sitting in rooms with people that have masters, as you're saying. People are highly qualified.
Okay, so let me ask this, Ghana, and this is questions to the both of you.
Yeah.
What core characteristic do you think you need to have in order to dive in without like what's it called? Leaping without looking. Diving into something that you know nothing about. What is if some kid is like, Ish, I want to get into something, but bro, I want to make the decision you just made, the decision you made. What characteristic does that person need to have? What quality does that person? Yeah.
I think the 5 of us in this room, we're all losers.
Hey man, wait a minute.
Nah, bro, I'm being honest.
Get there
I'm
now.
telling you.
How did you get there, bro?
Dog, because none of us think we're that cool. We wouldn't be here on a Friday evening doing what we're doing if we were that cool. Because you'd be doing cool things.
What are cool things?
Whatever those cool things are.
cool.
Whatever those cool things
I think
are.
this is cool.
No. People that, bro, hey, dog, I can't come. We're recording, dog. Hey, Friday,
Yeah.
you know, I'm chasing Hans, dog. Pop.
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
get-
that-
we
okay.
here doing this. You were like, hey, bro, can we go boxing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Cool people aren't waking up tomorrow morning to go box and punch each other in the face, bro.
Yeah.
Who do you know that's cool that's willing to get punched tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Because we had to wake up. Can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've just accepted Uguti, like, I'm not that cool. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna sleep on a couch for a year and a half.
I think Slim,
There's no
I
cool
did it
person
twice, though.
that is gonna sleep on a couch for a year and a half. No cool person. Nah, no cool person.
You saying you did it twice?
Yeah, even with Old Mutual, like they had a learnership and I lied and I said I have a degree.
This nigga keeps.
In Cape Town.
Sorry, Old Mutual, we don't associate with Usia at all. We have my life insurance with Old Mutual. We love Old Mutual.
And
Hit us up.
And how it happened.
So what's the core characteristic?
I've been fit.
Nah.
No,
You have to have grit,
I don't
guts.
fear rejection. Like maybe.
Why don't you fear rejection?
Because I don't have anything to lose.
Why don't you have anything to lose?
What do you mean, bro?
Why don't you have anything to lose?
I'm down bad. I'm on the couch.
Because you're a loser. Because you're a loser. I'm telling every person that I've ever spoken to that has something that they've achieved.
Yeah.
It's because they respect what they do. They take what they do very seriously, but they don't really take themselves like Sengati Manje that he's King Dingaling.
Yeah.
He's willing to learn. He's humble enough to carry Yabona. What do we need to carry? Oh, let's carry Yabona. He'll wash the dishes, dog. He'll sweep the floors. Every person that I know cleans the sheds, bro.
Yeah.
Every single person that I've ever met that is successful without mom or dad money, sweep the sheds. They just like, dog. What needs to be done? Bro, what needs to be done is, cool. Let's do that. Oh no, silly. Brown peanut butter. Cool. I'll do it. And I've seen so many kids that are stuck. Hey, bro, I'm stuck. I don't know how to get out of my mom's home. I was like, bro, I've seen your room. You've got that Samsung bending, that TV, that bending, they're not bending as TV. Oh, you got a fucking king side bed thingy. Bro, your mom bought you an iPhone 16. You driving your mom's Merc.
Yeah.
Bro, you cool.
You cool.
Comfort.
So you can't sit on a bus because you need to fly. You can't sleep on couches because that's how cool you are. So unfortunately, it's hard because like now you have to fight the image that you've put out in the world. Hey, Bratina, we'll chow noodles, dog. We chowing noodles. Like we're not that cool, bro.
Yeah.
I honestly believe so. Every time I chat to Tebza, every time I chat to you guys, every time I chat to my circle, none of the gents are cool.
However, do you think like it's I don't know if it's a question of is it better or what, but I'll say, is it better that you live that ladder life rather than a trampoline life?
I've never lived a trampoline life, so I wouldn't know.
You've never lived the trampoline life.
I've never just I've never, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing. So as you're saying, Muti, like getting in how you fit in, getting a win. So you said you get into Old Mutual, getting a win. Getting empty, win.
Yeah.
Right? So So it's hard for us who never got to go through the front door to actually give advice like that, you know. And when people ask these questions, I say I don't know because I'm looking at how your life is set up, and I look at how my life is set up, and it's different.
I hear you. There's actually a book that I read called Ladders and Trampolines, and no, not like that. Nigga, damn, man. Let me learn. Let me
Learn.
I'm trying to make money.
I know.
You're trying to make me jump on beats. I'm trying to fucking make money. Quit playing. Shit is real. Shit ain't sweet, nigga. Shit ain't sweet, nigga. Shit ain't sweet, nigga. I'm trying to build businesses. This nigga like go back to the studio.
Niggas selling coffee, nigga. Shout out Black Slim Coffee.
But on a real level, let me just give you an overview.
Why didn't you get all of us coffees?
That was the plan. If you responded to the text,
I'm just saying.
If you check your phone, bro. I'll bring you some coffee, my bro. Now you know I got you.
I'm just saying, you could have brought us coffee. So
I'm trying to bring coffee. This nigga trying to bring liquor. He trying to keep us back. No way.
Shout out Clip Drip. This is premium.
Shout out
Clip Drip. I don't subscribe to what he just said. Yep.
But on a real level, this book that's Ladders and Trampolines speaks about taking a trampoline up to the top, right? In whatever business that you're in or whatever career that you're in, and taking the ladder and the consequences that come with that, right? And what that book ends up opening up to is to say, taking the ladder is the noble route, is you meet so many people along the way, right? And even when you fall from a trampoline, when you fall, nothing can catch you. When you're on a ladder, these resources that you made on the way up that can catch you. That's so you don't fall to the ground. But the problem with taking a goddamn ladder is the trauma that comes with all of those goddamn stages.
That's another another thing. So besides the fact that we losers, we are so traumatized. Every successful gent, black gent, the one when you sit with them, like no cameras, one on one. Bro, 2 seconds, you can see the tears forming like this. Every black gent in my life,
as trauma.
Switch off cameras, just chill. Yo, tears. Tears. There go.
You know when you try to look for shit that ain't there.
Yeah, these are looking up. They instantly look up. Engine, imagine, ni crack bar. Yo, that trauma of black gents that no one is talking about.
Man.
That trauma that black men are going through.
Yeah.
Bro,
At least,
the trampoline works for women though.
The trampoline works for women.
A lot. Whether you're an artist, whether you were even our biggest artist right now, that's globally. She's a trampoline.
no, but it's a different dynamic for women though, because women date up.
Yeah.
In the sense where she can work at KFC and Ntanga, who is a CEO making 250 a month, can go and date her, and then instantly she goes from KFC to now living that life. You know, I've seen it many times. I love my baby if she watches this, but she knows where she was.
Yep.
And then she met the boy.
Yeah, come on now. Sometimes you just gotta put it on the table.
I don't whoop it up. Sometimes you just gotta whoop it up. No, but she said it. No, but she's humble enough to say it. Look, because her friends have said, hey, life is moving differently for you. She's like, hey, don't give me. I just made this Ndanga fast track. So it's different, bro. It's
Look,
different.
we've seen those though that have just
Trampoline.
down. We've seen that too many times.
But talking about that female artist that we won't mention, she's dating a guy who dated another female artist that also trampolined. So if you try to break it down, so that same guy
Got you.
dated this lady, she trampolined. They broke things off. She's no longer popping.
That's the problem with the trampoline.
She's no longer popping.
That's
And
the
now
problem with the
he now
trampoline.
dates This girl, now they're in the States.
Wild.
Ne? Same guy. Same guy.
But are you telling me that this global superstar right now is not getting those contacts? Does she really need this dude right now?
100%.
Yeah, bro.
100%.
Even because also even sometimes, even if you have the contact,
Yeah.
right? That contact can't do shit for you if you're not associated with the right people. So if I introduce you to someone, and that person will respect you, or will respect you because I introduced you to
Yeah.
the person, probably because they want something from me.
However,
Does that make sense?
However, a handle can bounce through blesser after blesser after blesser because of her hand friends that she's met in that game.
No. We don't have real concrete examples
Yeah.
of that. I'm saying, cricket example.
Yeah.
How many kids 19-year-olds can bowl a googly? Hundreds, thousands. Ne? But it's one coach that picks the one boy. And if the one boy is not listening and following, cheers, I'll get another boy that can bowl a googly. So what this specific lady, what she has, she's not the most talented singer, very pretty.
Yeah.
But how many pretty girls do we have in this country that can also sing okay?
Bro,
Thousands.
this gang. Yeah.
Thousands. But we don't have thousands of gents that can open doors.
Very true.
So that then becomes his talent. His talent is to take a pretty girl who is talented and make her a global superstar, as he did before.
Yeah.
Because he's shown proof of concept and he's doing it again.
Yeah.
But what these ladies can't do is open doors without him. It is what it is, bro. That's why in every single sports team, the coach can stay. Rassi Rasmus has been there for days, but the Springboks just keep churning, boy. They keep churning. Different guys keep churning, and that's just the nature of the business, you know. So I look at them and I say, everybody's got talent. Everybody's using each other, but as a gent, you can't compare yourselves to females because you don't have their dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have to, unfortunately, Nchita, who's staying at home, ekaya, mama, koni DSTV, koni Wi-Fi, kona. Unfortunately, bro, you need to be sleeping on couches. And I'm actually don't want to sleep on couches, dog.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to get bitches while you're sleeping on another nigga's couch.
We lost. We both took L's that year.
In that department.
That year when
No. But if you're looking at it in terms of the bigger picture, that was you guys carrying the boats. That was you guys in the gym getting the reps.
Yeah.
And how much they don't see that.
now when it comes to Amachi, Tane, Natimos, we're gonna create our own second generation. Fana no Rupert bangasweleka shiyela umntana akhe imali.
Sure.
Right? Khona generation ezayo esebheka. Right? We are who they think we are now. Like, yo, these guys can actually put me on, whatever. Sharp, you put your homie on. I'm flying some Chitako from wherever. These are feds.
I will never fly in but okay.
Whatever. Yeah. And then I figure Cheetah, and you see that second generation mentality. How do you now deal with that situation?
I don't know.
If I now, let's say you leave the hugest legacy for Abanona Bako.
I'll leave them dead.
Sorry.
He says I leave them dead.
That's why he tried to sell out.
If
He's
I
yo,
die now, it ain't trouble.
500, let's go.
If I die now, how are they in trouble?
Yeah.
They want to make sure that I stay alive. Alive.
Into akakholi hlahle sanobanje.
Yeah.
Like now.
Yeah, sure.
That second generation thing. Biggest retail company on my Pick and Pay or whatever. Or time I have higher.
Yeah.
Struggling company. Like, how do you now deal with that, Njenga? Like, let's say I'm going through that situation, Nomchita.
So one of the gems that I don't know if I'm right, time will tell, is being authentic with your kids. So I'm as authentic as they come. You know, I've spoken with my boys. I've told them about the mistakes I've done. You know, the mom, what, and I've said it, and they hear me.
Yeah.
And their responses, how they respond, as young as they are, tells me that they hear me. And I'm saying, Muti, I know so many guys that had like a really present dad at home, in physically, but he wasn't vocal. So they never learned from Timer's mistakes, challenges, hurdles, uphills, whatever the case may be. So, excuse me. So what I'm trying to do with my boys is to try and say, hey, bruh, these are my challenges. I don't have the solutions. You will have your challenges that you guys have to figure out the solutions. And I think them learning from a young age to embrace pain and challenge is what's going to turn those little caterpillars of mine into butterfly. But if I take away their challenges, as we've seen, like a lot of moms want to do, moms want to buy them the best things and give them the best things, and they take away the challenges. I think when life really does punch them in the nuts, then they struggle. Then they can't be humble. Then they can't be because they grew up soft. I grew up very, very soft. Not because my mom had things, but my mom really tried her best to shield us from so many challenges. But only they can shield you only
For
to
so
a
much.
point. Only to a point. So in kono jam, in all those softer things for our LSM. But that can only be a point because you have to get out of there and you start realizing yes, jam is this, jam costs like this. You never knew those things. So what I try and do with my boys, and again, time will tell, is saying, bro, these are my challenges. You will have your own challenges. You talk to me about them. My boy was talking to me now and he was telling me that he made a certain team for rugby. So proud of himself. I was like, yeah, Baba, you must come watch me. And I was like, I'm not available. That's your challenge. And all these other dads from your whole teammate dads are going to be there.
That made me stop cricket.
Ain't no dad for you going to be there.
I don't want to lie, that made me stop cricket.
But I'm communicating that with him.
Okay, man.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to communicate. I'm saying, there'll be times where I can be there and times where I can't be there. So your motivation to have a great game can't be based on me being there on the side.
I think it's dope that you,
that's
at least you framing it for him so that he understands.
If he has goals, his goals can't be anchored by what mom or dad have to say. They have to be intrinsic. It must be, this is what I want.
That's dope.
This is what I want to do, and I'm trying to push it to be the best version of myself.
Yeah, man, you're going crazy.
Drift is delicious.
Yo, that was so, the smile even came out. Yes.
Drift is delicious.
Oh, man. Nah.
Top tier.
My man.
Premium. Because I think that's that. I truly believe I've been liberated not by my circle's success. I've been liberated through my circle's failures. I've had boys of mine sleep on my floor crying because his wife cheated. And now you go and you're like angry because your madam didn't do something. Or she spoke to you left. This guy is sleeping, is crying because his madam cheated. You got an attitude because your ma'am didn't say this or didn't do that. It puts things in perspective. I've had friends of mine that said their house got repossessed, their cars got repossessed. Yeah, sharp, I'm in arrears because I'm 3 months behind. But it puts certain things in perspective. Because I'm like, I looked at you as other. Because I saw that you were driving that Maserati. I saw that. I was like, shit, this guy's actually, he's human. And I think that's where it gave me the strength to actually be authentic in saying, Wuti, as much as I'm also struggling and trying to figure it out, I should just keep going. Because people are doing that. And we're not having those conversations because when we on social media, all we're seeing is guys popping 2,000 Rand bottles. We're seeing guys wearing things that cost 15, 20,000 Rand, and it seems like it's other. Every time I go on social media and people are like, hey, Penson, we saw you. I was like, hey, that's a campaign. That was, I'm not doing it because I want to, but I'm trying to show you, hey, I'm in media. People, they gave me that call for free. Hey, I'm to campaign. I have it for a week. I give it back. I'm not living because I know as a gent that grew up watching TV and idolizing all those people that I saw on TV, the actors,
Yeah.
and I thought they actually lived that life.
Yeah.
And then you meet them in reality, and then you're like, ooh.
Don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Don't meet your heroes.
I know all about that.
You're too close to your heroes, man.
but then I've done nothing but benefit from chilling with my heroes, because I got to study the clock kid. You know, I remember I did a deal. We had a campaign that we were running with one of the guys from Esquadra camp. I'm not gonna say. And I said, bro, before we talk business, can I just geek out, bro?
Yeah.
Can I just be a fan? And he's like, bro, it's not even like that. I was like, just do it for my 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he literally said it like, you got 7 minutes. I was like, say less. I go on Spotify. Play Rao. I'm like, we're rapping together. Yeah. I'm like, can you record? He's like, no, we're not recording. You got 7 minutes, bro. Your time is ticking. I'm like, okay, I'm getting to your first. I'm like, we're rapping together. Yeah. We're sitting in a little cubicle, like 1 meter by 1 meter, and we're rapping his verse. I kicked out, I got it out my system, and I was like, this is so cool. Now it's done. Then you start getting into the work, and then you hear his challenges, and you're like, fuck. We did Superman for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the other hour was me dealing with Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, this is how the media world works. You know, and then as you start speaking to more of my family, Poyisa, family, Ness, Tish, and then you're like, oh shit, Ubabs B, I put him on this pedestal, and he's saying he's struggling with this. Ubabs B is saying, did you know Guti, my second child is not my child? And you're like, Penwani, the one that looks like you.
Yeah.
And he's going, you're there. And you're like, whoa. And then everything comes back, and then it gives you a better perspective of how the world works versus what I thought it looked like.
The back end.
The back. You know when you see how a Vienna is made, right? You can't unsee it.
I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Once you see how they make a Vienna.
Don't tell me. I love those. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Come on, man.
No Cassie.
That's crazy. Yo.
On the time that we were recording this, the Cassie and Diddy case is huge.
Yeah. Ish.
And
You want to go there?
I ain't touching that shit with a 10-inch pole.
no. I wanna be sincere. Fuck Cassie.
Whoa. Come on, man. Jesus. Now you can't unsay it.
I'm being sincere.
Okay.
She took 20 million.
Why?
Dog, no. Look.
Okay, why are you saying that?
So two things can
You
be
gotta
wrong.
give that shit context.
Two things can be wrong. Two things can be right. Sorry, we were busy talking about enlightenment, whatever. We here now.
Yeah.
Two things can be wrong. Two things can be right.
Yeah.
Diddy can be wrong and go to prison for drugging people and all the negative things that they did. And Cassie can be wrong. Why is it that we say Diddy is wrong and then Cassie must be this victim? If we're going to use the victim narrative, then we can also then use the same narrative and say Diddy was groomed by whoever he was groomed by, and he's also a victim.
What do
Like,
you
he
think?
didn't come
were-
out to say that though.
Doesn't matter. But
What
we know
were her
it's true.
options, though, bro?
Leave.
You can't leave, bro. Because
Leave, just leave.
Yeah.
kulamchita ukilevel ka Ramaphosa lamchita.
Dog, uyamchithela ujoyina no Kid Cudi.
It doesn't. But lamchita.
So you brave enough. You
Uta
okay,
wahambi
let's say you are dating this lady who is an assassin.
Yeah.
Uzumjole.
No.
Here's why I
Yes,
say,
but she's
okay.
tolerating. Here's my stand up for this. In the States, you can either open a criminal case
Yeah.
or a civil case.
Yeah.
Criminal, he goes to prison. Civil, you sue him. Why she go civil, bro? Why she suing him?
After she got the 20 million.
Your child.
After she got the
Touch-
20 million.
No. For the 20 million. Touch wood. Something happens to your child, they get assaulted. Do you want the person that did that to give you 100,000 rand, or then for them to go to prison?
Ah, bro, prison.
Prison, though.
Zenza imali yakhe.
Morality. If someone touches my babies,
Yeah.
bro, you could give me 1 trillion. I will. If someone put a pinky in any of my child,
Yeah.
you could No, never. There's no amount
Yeah.
for that. So America, whenever people talk about suing, I was like, no, he must go to prison because what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
If it's what he did was illegal, was wrong, then let him go to prison. No, and for man.
I have a question. If this was my house, do I have to tell you, Slim, there's cameras recording in this house?
Yeah, Poppy Act. Now it's Poppy Act.
Now I have to tell you.
Yeah, now-
Do I have
South
to-
Africa.
Do I have to put like something in front of the CCTV going on in my house?
Well, if you're gonna record me,
Yeah, I'm recording everybody for my safety.
no, but with Diddy, it's
Yeah.
they're hidden.
Sorry?
They were hidden.
I'm a superstar. I feel
No,
unsafe.
but they were hidden cameras.
I'm from this morning. I feel unsafe. It's security. It's my house.
So wait, let me
Ningenepa-
just get this straight. You were saying fuck Cassie.
Fuck Diddy.
Oh, fuck Diddy also. But
No,
fuck
Diddy
Cassie.
needs to rot in prison.
Okay.
If he drugged people and he did all those disgusting things to people when they were drugged,
But they went
They were
again to the next party and they knew they were drugged.
that is my whole problem. You know that this guy, you are McMill.
You went again.
You McMill.
Don't-
You know.
Come on, man. Don't.
You know that this guy's putting his finger in people's booty holes.
Yes.
And you still go to those parties knowing,
You took it there.
knowing
Yeah, he took it there.
we need as an adult, as adults, we need to be accountable of our behaviors. I'm not giving an excuse for Diddy. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm saying, can all these other adults also take accountability? That's all I'm
I
asking.
mean, she was 22 when this shit started, right? She was 22.
At 22, could someone put their finger in your bubble?
Mdala for me.
At 22, could someone put their finger in your... At 22, you can do porn, you can buy a Lambo, you can buy mansions. Can someone put their finger in your
What
bubble?
was he saying that made them come back?
Come back.
Stop it. Really,
Really?
really.
I thought he was.
There's a disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie, he's looking at him like a proud dad, though. It's like, yeah, I heard that. I heard
My boy.
There's my boy. Love him to bitch. Yes, Diddy.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
No, bro. Like,
Yeah, at that
here's the
age.
problem. And right now, at the same time,
I get the domestic violence one.
at the
Also, the
same time,
dynamic, though, man. That's someone
Let's go.
who's
Doc.
okay. Let's look at the picture, right? This is
uh,
a 22-year-old.
can I go
hold on,
deeper?
hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Before you get there,
I thought.
there's a because we need to also give anybody listening to this context of
Sure.
why you're saying what you're saying, right? It's a 22-year-old, someone who is. Then you have the Diddy, who is
40-something at the time.
at least decades older.
Yeah, it's 40
Right?
something, I think, at that time.
Yeah. And the power dynamic already, right? You see it even you see it here.
In Boondocks, remember when Riley says, she
say
saw
no.
Chris coming, she's dead. I see Chris coming. Sure.
Yeah,
If-
I'm listening.
If Oprah comes to you and she does like things, are you gonna say, "Oh, 20 years,
Oprah power.
feel sorry for me,
Power.
Une power."
It's okay. It's okay.
Dynamics.
of power.
Terrible.
So that's what you're saying. So that's what you are saying. That if
not-
Oprah comes to you, we must feel sorry for you.
I don't like your tone. I don't like it. I'm saying she was. I'm not 22. She's 22 at the
When
time.
you were 22.
Yeah, that's what we say.
Oprah una 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Oprah uthenga ama-escorts amajita azofaka umuno wabo
Slim, you there, bro? Are you there?
But even at this age, and Oprah comes to him,
Bro, I could have been 7.
Come
There's
on.
no way. There's no way. There's no way. No way, bro. There's no way. Dog, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's a level of, so you feel like there's a level of accountability she's not taking.
And society's not going back to what I'm saying, and this is a sensitive issue because it's happening in the course right now with
Yeah.
one of the big podcasters, Umekchi and Umini Dlamini. And I'm saying, look, both can be wrong.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not defending one or the other.
You're saying both. You're not,
I'm saying what if both can be wrong. Why must one person be wrong and they'll be the victim? That's all my question
Don't
is.
we make a verdict on what outweighs the next?
No, we can both be wrong. You guys can. So you go and you murk 20 people and I murk 3 people. We are both wrong.
Yeah.
Might be different degrees.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I'm saying with you, we can both be wrong.
Yeah.
And here's the thing with society. One must be the perpetrator, one must be the victim. And that, I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to, let's sit down, let's find out what happened.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to 2 adults. These are 2 adults, bro.
hear you.
You don't have to be chasing guys with cash. Sis, if you feel that you're young,
They've been long for years. They've been together for years now.
Long time.
what are you doing? So, I mean, I judge guys. I judge guys my age that are playing with girls that are in their early 20s. Me personally, né? But I also judge girls in their early 20s with guys my age.
Yeah.
I do the both
both
sides.
wrong.
Attendees.
hear that.
I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong.
Yeah.
But I agree there might be degrees of wrong. No, just one. But I'm just saying, what like I remember when I was 16, and I'm like, at 16, with a billionaire put their finger in your bum hole. It's not, bro. I don't know, but never. There's no, to me, there's no to 10-year-old me. I don't understand, because I knew full well what was right and what was wrong. If I was 10, let's say, let's go even maybe a little bit older. When I was grade 8, let's say 13.
13, yeah.
And a matric girl said she wanted to touch me, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, she's older, she knows. I knew exactly what I wanted her to do.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what I wanted her to do.
Okay. I hear you.
And that's the problem. And I'm talking about myself as a child.
Damn, man,
let
you let
alone
me think of something.
let alone me at 22. 22.
Yeah.
Bro, people are, you old, bro, at 22. We got coerced, got the ufuna. And if you're so scared, here's another thing. If you're so scared of this guy, why Umchitela, no Kid Cudi, no Michael B. Jordan, umuntu omsabayo, because he's so dangerous.
Yeah.
But I'm Chitela still. I give me Jesus question marks. And again, if Diddy did all these disgusting things, can he go to prison? I'm just saying, society just needs to
Two
look at it.
wrongs.
Yeah.
That don't make a right.
No, I'm looking at it like that, and I'm not
hear you.
trying to say one person is guilty. Angaz, even again with the McG, the Mini Dlamini, I just feel like a lot of negative things were said on both ends. And again, I'm not trying to say one person is right, one person. No. I'm just saying, can we look at it holistically? So relax. And if Ngempela kwenzekile, let the people who did things that are illegal have the law, and the people who are real victims, Ngempela was safe. Because in today's time, the reason why a lot of these criminals don't go to prison is because when they go through the courts actually see it through that lens of, give me the whole dynamics. You know, they don't have that emotion as the courts of public opinion.
Yeah.
You know, they actually look at the actual fact and they go, no, but I know you're a woman and it's not about GB, but you slept this guy first and then he hit you back. So
Yeah.
he defended himself. And then people go, oh my God, the legal system defends abusive men. No, we don't. No one wants to defend abusive men. They're horrible and they're disgusting. But if you look at the context of what everything is saying,
Without the emotion.
take out the emotion, bro. You know, like it's a different picture. So, Giminji, when I look at this whole Cassie thing, as of right now, maybe there might be new information, and then we'll change our opinions when we get new information. I just go, nah, fam.
Right now, fuck it.
No. I mean, the stuff. And I've done a deep dive.
How deep? Why, bro?
I want to know. I want to know what's shaping the future.
Shaping the future.
Bro, so when I do these things, I lose myself. I lose myself. You can even ask anything. I literally lose myself. Like the whole what's happening in the Middle East. There was a time where I lost myself. Every day I probably watch like 5 hours worth of
Rabbit hole.
Bro, I get lost in it. With the whole Israel Palestine, I lose myself in
You
it.
come back with your own like consensus.
Because I listen to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't want to be shaped by you, and I don't want to be shaped by you. So I listen to everyone. So now with the whole Cassie Diddy, I listen to everyone. I listen to people that are pro Diddy, I listen to people that are pro Cassie, I listen to people, everything. With the whole Mac G Mini, I'm deep in it. I've got my opinions that I won't share. I'll just say to people, whoever you are, just listen holistically.
Yeah.
I go to places where I find out who those people's friends are,
What?
and I have coffees with them.
Nah, bro.
I'm telling you, I do that.
Nah, bro. Why, bro? Like what?
I just want to know.
You don't think I got time,
It's
bro?
my toxic trait, bro. It's my toxic trait.
You remember when he said earlier on, divide your life? God damn.
I'm like, hey, hi, Cindy, how you doing?
No way.
What's happening? Oh, where are you?
You want to meet up for
Oh,
coffee?
in Brighton. Oh, let's go to Nicolay. Yeah, let's go to
chat.
Paul's. Sit there, we're having Paul's. Just chatting about that. So what's happening? What's happening?
Yo.
Bah! Tea. Piping hot.
Jesus.
I don't know that.
Oh man.
I lose myself in these rabbit holes. I lose myself. I've got an addictive personality.
Yeah.
That's why you won't see me like doing cocaine or what, because I go, bro.
Once I go in, I go in.
I go all in. Even with the tonic here.
Please, I go in.
I need 2 livers. I have no time, bro. You know, bro. This guy we've been training. He comes up like, hey, bro, did you sleep, bro? It's not like no one ever, bro. I go, bro. I go.
Sheesh.
If I've got a proposal at work,
Yeah.
if there's one thing that the guys know, I could have a proposal for 200 grand. I will spend fucking 1,000 hours, bro. Every eye will be your boy.
For certain things, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, it's borderline autistic as well.
Locked in.
It's one of those things, but it's a toxic trait. But anyway, moving back to what you had brought up about the kids, and you had asked the question of when is it the right time. I think again, I did a video about how influences influence our lives, and it's not something that's new. I think everybody's been influenced at different generations. I think my generation was influenced by movie stars, TV over generation,
for sure.
but we weren't given the full
Context.
of what was happening. And I think what's happening now is that there's a narrative around kids are expensive, kids are time consuming, kids are this, kids are this. You don't have enough time. You're so busy. You must focus on your career.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that is now the main narrative. And I think that's such a toxic narrative because you understand, Uguti, our grandfathers who worked in the mines had kids. You know, slaves who worked 16 hours at kids. And I think for some weird reason, us who have it the best versus those generations, now all of a sudden we say kids are so expensive. Like, are you trying to, why are our kids expensive all of a sudden? You know, is it because you are seeing school X or school Y? Is it because your kids now need to be wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton? Is it because your kids are, why are kids now all of a sudden such a challenge that our parents, who, if we backtrack, didn't earn what we earned,
And they were going off.
they had kids.
Yeah.
If you're going to our grandparents, who probably like Coco maybe might not even have worked at the time, why is it that they had 12 kids? There's a narrative that I think has dominated my peers, guys in their 30s, where they're just beyond scared of having kids, beyond scared of relationships, beyond scared of getting married, beyond scared of all of these things. And I think Uti, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, I think Uti, it's being pushed. I truly believe that it's being pushed. And I've got 4 kids, and I'm just as poor as I was 15 years ago. My poor has just been this.
Here's the reason why I want to do it again, right? It's because the first time, he knows, like, I never really had the proper opportunity to get involved with the first one. Long story, but yeah, I never really had it. But for those who don't know, god damn.
You don't have to share. You don't have to share.
God. Oh wait, so like for me, like I don't know, man. Like I really want to.
Now's the chance to do it right.
Yeah.
What is doing it right? What does that look like?
Being involved, like I want to experience it.
Like, what does that look like?
The last time, well,
So now baby's born. Now
I'm
how
just
does that
sending
look like?
money the first time.
Okay, sure.
And it's not like I want to
Got
be
you.
that
So
person.
so what does that look like? Because I want to tell you my experience.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me what you think it'll look like this time, and I can share my
No,
experience.
I have no idea how it's gonna look like.
What you are yearning
What do you
for.
want it to look like?
Oh, okay, cool. Like it's a void that I don't know what it is because I haven't experienced it. But ilapha kum, and I want to I want to be able to mold something into
And be involved.
and be there.
Okay.
This time, not monetarily only.
So I was a deputy mom with my first child.
Skrrr. What do you mean?
So I was
You were doing pancakes in the morning.
I was mirroring and copying what she was doing. So she would do nappies and then I would do nappies and she would do nappies. She'd wake up at night, I'd wake up at night. You know, she would do part-time, I would do part-time. So I was mirroring what she was doing
Can I ask why?
because that's what we were taught
Yeah, that's TV.
on media.
Okay.
When
My
I was
wife and kids.
yes, my wife and kids. You would see when mom is away and mom does pancakes on a Sunday, now I have to put in an apron and I'm trying to do the pancakes. So I did the whole mirroring thing.
Okay.
And when you post it, you're getting validated. Fucked up. I'm dad of the year, bro. People are inviting me,
Dad of the year.
I'm dad of the year, dog. I'm literally dad of the year. Like, oh my God, you can't believe you did the picnic with your kids. My word, I saw you changing nappies. I was like, ultimate. And then you take a step back and you're like, who am I being validated by? I'm being validated by women.
Yeah.
And I'm being validated by men that I don't acknowledge. I'm not acknowledging them. And the existential crisis I had at 30 was like, what am I doing? I understand that the world is all about balance, yin and yang. And I'm like, my job is to be everything she is not. Because she's preparing the kids for a world that actually doesn't exist. Because if my kid is angry, she tells my child, talk, manage your emotions, calm down, breathe. That's what she's saying. As boys, there's none of that. As boys, there's not excited.
Yeah.
It exists in her world.
Yeah.
In her world, if you lose a game, it's okay.
Yeah.
You tried. That's her world. In our world, if you lose, you don't put food on the table.
Yeah.
That's our world. You know, our world is not as forgiving as the female's world. So I was like, look, she has her role to teach that from her perspective. My job is to teach them because her form of love is nurturing. It's a soft, nurturing type of love. You fall, she grabs
Puts
you,
a plaster.
puts a plaster.
Yeah.
That's her world. My world is very different as a black man. It's a manje
phakama kodini.
Yeah.
because I know that both can exist.
Yeah.
I know that her world and her lived experience is true for a female. But I also know what in this world also exists as a gent. So I need to say no. And watching my boys come alive in this world, because they're like, well, lady, we hear what you're saying, but that's not the law of the playground. Because there's a law in the playground
Facts.
that, oh, lady, everything that you are saying, the rules
Yeah.
Do you maybe
don't apply.
Do you maybe think that's the reason why boys don't thrive in the school system?
Because in the school system, they tell you to sit down, cross your feet, make sure you write the date on the right, write the heading on the left, rule off that
The sandwich is cut in a certain way.
yeah, but that's a world that exists for certain people. And there's another world that as you bite your sandwich, you let's
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
You have to stand up for yourself.
There's that world, and if they only experience this world, it will disadvantage them. And unfortunately, for a lot of black boys in my generation, being brought up with single mothers, we were brought up in that world. We got into our 20s, and then the world literally diddied us. And then now we had to panic and figure it out, and shit, now I'm sleeping on a couch because we were mothered. Now all of a sudden you have to go extreme because there were steps in it. You know, now we have to go extreme on the other side to recalibrate what we were taught. You know, so I think with my kids, I'm like, nah, fam. Your mom is doing a beautiful job nurturing the love. I went out with me. This is Hell Week. Navy SEALs.
Gun range. Let's
I
go.
hear you carrying the boats.
Yeah, let's go.
Indonesian can literally come with me. Like they'll come through on a Wednesday. Bazokeza on the Sunday when they go back to their mom.
Why is it that they call? Come on, man. You can't call me sir. Like, look at me, bro.
Yeah.
But every time I meet these kids, how are you, sir? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Is it the school? Is it you?
He's
like,
militant.
bro.
Definitely not me with the gay sir. For me, malu. No. I think as boys they need to learn respect.
Yeah.
They have to learn respect. I think with girls it's different because if you are a 19-year-old, 20-year-old girl talking to a 35-year-old man, he might try to fuck you. But if you are 19,
How do you
20-year-old,
father a girl then? Yeah.
I don't have girls.
Oh yeah, I can't.
So I wish I had a girl.
Yeah.
I'd try and teach her the male side of the world. Ukuthi, once you have boobies, once you have a booty,
Must I make sure that I give her everything? Because I am I'm
but because the world is uncertain, eh? Let's say you do give her everything.
Yeah.
Then she might be used to everything. So then she will go into the world expecting everything.
Situation.
You know,
When do we breathe?
No, but I'm trying to say, if I have a daughter, God willing, I'm just trying to show her the male's perspective of the world. Her mom is meant to show her the female's perspective of the world, and I'm just meant to show her the male's perspective. And men are just trying to get their dick wet. Yeah, this is the little telltale signs of how we try and find a good guy. This is the telltale sign of maybe a little better guy. You know, but you will unfortunately have to walk the path of trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Same with the lighties. I say, listen, I know your mom is showing you an amazing world. You know, mom went and she bought them a PlayStation 5. I was like, let me tell you a quick story.
Dance like a monkey. Come on, man.
Let me tell you a quick story. So the boys come to me and they say they want a PlayStation 5. I say, bet, got you. Ne? I say, yeah, I'll get you a PlayStation 5. No problem.
Cool.
I write 100 things that the niggas need to do. I write 100 things.
They probably like, yo, man, come we catch you, bro.
Bro, I write 100 things. I put it on the garage.
What
You
was
wake up every
what
day.
was the two things?
You name it. There's nothing that's not on that thing.
So there's too many hurdles.
Bro, there's 100 things. And I was like, fam, you do these things,
I got you.
I got you. Ain't nobody fighting.
Yeah.
Tangas were like on number like 16. Because they're scratching it out.
Yeah.
It took them like fucking 2 months to get to number 16. Scratching it out. All of a sudden, now, Tangas, and now, number 17. They're like, nah, we good.
We don't need that.
We don't need none of that. I'm like, what's happening? Why are you guys not? I'm like, ain't nobody massaging my feet. Ain't nobody washing my sneakers.
The criteria.
Everything is there. Washing my sneakers,
Ain't
washing
nobody
the car,
massaging
in the
my
garden, need to
massage
pick up
my feet.
rocks. You know when they're mowing the lawn, there's rocks.
Yeah.
Every and anything you can think of, and everything was on that list.
Oh, you mow the lawn? Oh, shut up, bro.
No, I don't.
Are you up?
I don't mow the lawn. There's a garden service.
Now the lawn.
There's a garden service.
There's a
Can I
what?
ask a question? Can I ask you a question?
But they still need to pick up the stones.
With you and your partner, ne?
Yeah.
How do you handle conflict?
We don't handle conflict.
What do you mean?
What I say goes. You've spoken to her and she said that. Next time we see her, you ask her.
What you say goes.
Yeah.
See ya?
You know, it's same. Like nothing like an pikisani with him. Like it doesn't have to be that way.
There's areas in her life.
There are parts where I'm like, okay, let's have,
So
let's
if you guys
deliver
are,
it.
so I mean, I hear you to say what you say goes. If there's a situation where she feels strongly about this, you feel strongly
Give
about
me
this.
just a random
Yeah, just
useless
one.
example.
Bro, fuck.
Leak, man. What's going on?
So
No. I'm just trying to.
So anything that has to do with the home, when she says goes.
Okay.
Anything
Anything
that
that has to do with the home.
Anything has to do with the home. When she says goes. Like something silly. Curtains.
Yeah.
I don't have a say.
The reason why I'm asking that is I feel like it's very rare to grow up in a black household where you see conflict being handled in front of you.
So
Like your parents, you can know your parents are fighting, and just by the way he walks in, she walks in, like they don't talk, right? But the next thing you see, they've made up. Next thing you see, everything's cool in the house, but you never see them like saying,
No,
"Hey,
no.
you were wrong.
So-
You were that,
no,
that,
no.
that doesn't happen in front of you."
So I had to unlearn that, because I come from a generation where we are told to compromise and meet each other halfway.
Okay.
I'm not that. If I'm angry, your job is to lower yourself and meet me and be humble.
Wherever I am.
Yeah, you meet me.
You meet me. You can ask, bro. You have access. You got access. You can ask. You meet me.
Start halfway.
If I'm angry, you lower yourself and you meet me.
It sounds toxic, bro, but I'm telling you, all the decisions that affect our short to medium, she takes over. Anything that affects long term, that's mine. It's
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
a debate, anything.
You're not gonna feed us, bro.
Because going back to the PlayStation thing, and I did that, and I remember I spoke to the boy's mom, and I was like, because they were on 16, and she just went and she bought the thing, and I was like, look, again, as the mom, you're all right, but you knew what was happening. And she's like, yeah, but the boys, and I was like, I will always respect your decisions, but in this case, you should have, ne? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I remember she literally went and she called the boys and she said, that 100 list, you need to do it. You need to get it done. Boys are sitting on number 24. Yeah. They trying there, nothing on the floor. But, you know, because I said, look, I'm trying to make them understand what in order to achieve in life, it's going to take slow, consistent, painful progress to get what you want in life. So I'm not disputing what you want and you will get it, but it will be slow, it will be painful, but it has to be consistent.
Yeah.
You know, so let's not undermine each other like that. And again, she's amazing woman. And she understood that. Yeah, now she decided to become a mother. The same way that my mother bought me a PlayStation 1 unearned. She was like, oh, poregile. Bonasila ngizothisha. Thengele PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I was like, that you can't teach boys that. You can't teach boys that there's rewards that you get in life.
Yeah.
That's why I've always said, I don't think that these young boys should be having sex. You can't just be getting bumps just because you got cornrows. Just because ushange nose ring or earrings, now you say, no, you need to. In order to get bumps, there's a slow, painful, consistent effort that you need to put in. And that goes whether you want to be a rapper, whether you're a cricket player, whether you want to be an editor, whether you want to be a podcast. Slow, painful, consistent work. And we spoke about females, trampoline, men, that ladder. And if you're not teaching them from a young age that ladder, bruh.
I think, Penson, I'm going through, I remember you speaking about the 3 stages of about how you feel about your father, something like that.
Yeah.
Where you first hate him and then now,
Yeah,
then you eventually understand.
Yeah.
I'm going through that right now. Where I'm like,
Superman, Clark Kent,
Yeah.
you see him as a jet.
I understand that dude now.
The timer.
Yeah, like he.
Because your timer has a colorful past.
my one is going crazy. Like, yeah, my one is
James, sorry, how much time do you have left? 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
In terms of what space?
Yeah, just okay. 10 minutes. We've got 10 more minutes. Yeah.
No, we can
So-
hit. It's 2 or something, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm going through that where when I was growing up, I despised him. Right? I couldn't it's like, yo, bro, why can't you be like Jonathan's dad?
Goes and works at Old Mutual.
Like,
and
you wanna go
comes back
Jonathan,
home.
like you wake then and sleep over. Like,
Yeah.
like, why can't you be like him? When I uhleli la.
Ula.
Busy nonsense.
In and out.
Then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be you here. Then I took care of stuff. Then until I was like, you are Anthony, I'm tired. I need to go put my life.
Yeah.
And then when I meet him now, especially when I met him this past December when I went home, I'm like, bro, I can get this dude. I can get him.
And just a quick question. Initially, were you not angry when you initially started to understand it?
No, I was angry at myself.
No, but I'm saying, what's it like?
When I started to understand, like, how could I have been so doof to not like
I
actually
had
understand?
similar, like with my dad. My dad was always busy, bro. Nigga, all the time. Leaves the house at 6, comes back at 7, and when he gets home, he chills in the garage for an hour, just like listening to Robert Marau. It's like, yo, nigga,
I'm here, bro.
There's I can relate.
like, don't you like?
You can relate.
You know what I mean? And I never understood. Like, it mind boggled me, bro. Same thing. It's like, bro, you don't come to no games.
Yeah,
You
bro.
on the weekend. It's like, yo, it's the weekend. You ain't gotta go to work. Drop you off at my grandmama's house. It's like, yo, wait, like, bro, everybody's dad seems to have time.
Slim,
right?
I remember me playing province cricket now,
Yeah.
for like 3 years at least.
Yeah.
Right? I'm there. I'm like, yo, bro.
Everybody's dad is there.
Yeah, yeah, it's a quota system in Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's like white, and then you do the labor. You good at bowling.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah.
Then eventually I'm like, let me work on this batting so that I can
yeah.
also be important. You know? But every time I'm the charity case. Hey, CC, we brought you. I'm like,
See ya, motherfucker.
oh, man. Come on, see ya, bro. I'm not here for this.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But it is like.
Let me explain why he did that, guy. God damn.
He relaxed the hair, didn't he?
Yeah, I had a combo. I had a combo over. I'm trying to fit in.
Of course. No. You're young.
I'm trying to be like them. You know, like I'm always that boy. All the time. Where it's like, say, they know Namanga. I'm like, we know Sia's gonna make it. We're gonna make province this.
And we know his dad.
And we
ain't
know
gonna
he's
be there.
not here, so I didn't meet these white people
dad's
for
not
a
even here.
while. Says, all of a sudden, sitting this kaftin. Like, oh, this is me. Him, lo. I'm the guy
charity case.
when Jonathan is getting a new pair of kits, going and like upgrading his Adidas.
Yeah, you get the
yeah. I'm cheap. I'm not like, yo, you know what?
Fuck this.
Fuck this. Yeah, bro. Like,
But you grow up and you understand it.
now you get it.
Yeah, I won't lie. I'm at that point now where it's like, bro, I have a purpose. You know what I mean?
It's a trauma, bro.
You think so?
I know so. I'm yet to meet a person who's actually on a path that is not working off that thought.
That is?
That's not working off that trauma. The society, the best fathers in society come from that. It is what it is, because you heard him say, I can't wait.
Yeah.
That means that he's going to be pouring everything in it.
Into it, yeah.
Not because he wants to, but because it comes from trauma. That's all it is, bro. And it's so sad, but it's just how the world works.
It's like the other day, shout out, Temba, right? The cricket player, captain. He comes to a podcast at work, right? He's invited, whatever. So he used to be the guy, since he was playing Lions, and while I was playing juniors, right? He used to give me like cricket bats. He made no time, it's what he gave all the time. Yeah, well, just to keep me going. Yeah. You know? So he meets
Were you
me.
that good?
I was dope, bro.
Like, yo, you find it
Nah, it's
hard to
dope, bro.
believe.
Nah, I was dope. I was dope. I know, I was dope. Anyway, yeah, man. Yeah, we did Hilton College quite a few times.
Come on now.
I got you. I heard you said you played prophets.
Anyway, so he sees me there shooting. So for him,
And
I'm
he was
like,
probably
yo,
so
bro.
confused.
It's like, how do I know you again? I'm like, nah, bro. Like, we're from the same hood, Kualanga, Cape Town. Oh, man. Cricket, we 10. I'm like, bro, like, life, Joe. He's like, nah, bro, what happened?
I was Walanga last week.
I'm like, yo, bro, you the cricket of South Africa. What? You
That's
were
Malanga.
where?
Yeah.
Where in Langa?
Yeah, that's
Like Cape Town.
Yeah, last week.
Where they?
We were at Zanzi restaurant.
No way. That's in my street, Harlem.
Yeah.
That was 5 houses away from me, actually.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant there for tourists.
Yeah.
Don't know why he was touring.
I'm a big deal in certain spaces.
Bro, that's like
You know Maradona?
a few houses away from me. Yes.
Yes. Do you know Don Maradona? Short Maradona.
Donna?
Yeah.
That's my boy, bro.
Donna is looking
Yeah,
after us.
Loazi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's looking after us.
Udona, that's him. He works there. Shout out Loazi Kalata, that's my boy. Yeah, bro, that's my friend, bro.
He was taking care of you.
Taking care of us, yeah. Amazing guy.
Wild.
Amazing. So
That's
well
wild.
spoken, bro.
Yeah, bro,
White
that's
people
my
love
boy.
him.
That's
White people love him.
yeah. Him and Tulana probably like a few of my friends that I like, you know.
That's crazy.
That's
I'm,
why.
I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, guys.
Oh,
Anyway, as you
were you selling us out there?
No, what was I telling you? Not enough money. You get to like my 7th hour and 80. There's no playing on my 100 nyana.
Ah, dog.
No, I was there.
Damn, that's dope.
I'm always there.
Yeah, so for him it was like, he said, what are you doing with camera work? I'm like, bro, we'll spend the whole time me explaining how I got here, but it's like, damn, bro. I'm like, yeah, bro, you the captain of South Africa. Like, you.
Yeah.
It's like,
But
bro.
ask the question: How do we miss each other? In the sense of, he's doing great things, you're doing amazing things. Maratona's also doing, excuse me, his things. How do we miss each other? Because I've seen within the white community, they seem to always find each other. They seem to, like, when Utemba is doing his cricket thing, he links with Maradona and they go to Mzansi, and then you there taking the content.
How is it that I wasn't doing content for them?
Yeah, how do we as a black community always miss each other? Do you guys have, I don't have the answer. I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
think Ilando and Penson way by personally, I do well in ISO, like in Asengbe and digging. Then I'll, you know. I think maybe other people are also, it's like when you make it out, you make it out, dog.
I also think there's a
I don't know, like you don't wanna
I think it's so weird
that we don't
that you have a Debza and a Penwell aligning and doing business.
yeah.
That is not a norm to me. When you find young black men aligning like that outside of the political space.
Yeah.
And because I'm constantly seeing it in my space, because I work with 97% white people, and I always talk to the 3%, and they're like, how do we always miss each other?
I think it's working in isolation a lot of the time. One, working in isolation. And I think in order for that connection to happen, there's a level of communication that needs to happen. And I think there's a level of vulnerability that needs to happen. To say, yo, I'm doing this and I'm struggling here. Right? It's very random that you'll meet up with friends, or maybe not you, but it's very random that people will meet up. Black guys will meet up with friends. Like, yo, how's everything going? Everything is sharp. No one's gonna say, yo, everything is sharp, but I'm struggling with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So I never know what you're really going through.
And how you can
You know what I mean?
If I don't like, even in the closer community, I say this in endlini. There's a umcimbi. Let's say kubuyi light from the bush or whatever, right? Even though we haven't met in a while, Omnyu Hlale, Eastern Cape, Omnyu say Cape Town, but we're here now. Those conversations are never gonna happen. Since ambona Uncle Sizwe, uyasela. Sayazi bangu drinking uncle. Mnyeke unje ya.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have that conversation. I saw
The uncomfortable conversation.
it will never
I
happen.
think one of my purposes is trying to align teenagers as young black men, because we miss each other. Because again, I think we unnecessarily competitive. Like, I won't train with you until I feel like I can match up to you. So I'll hold back.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I know how far you are and you can help me. So I don't want to be vulnerable next to you. Or I need you to guide me here or there. So I always get lost in that because
It's also trust. I don't know what
but
you're
I
gonna
think
do with the information.
Yeah, there's trust, there's vulnerability.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like, you know, when we played boxing, right? And
Don't play
you would
boxing.
say, all right, when we were boxing,
you don't play boxing.
when we were boxing, yeah.
This nigga
Hold on.
This nigga was hitting me.
Hold on.
Hit me in my ears.
Do it again.
I was like, bruh.
But there's something Penn
bruh.
said, right? There's something Penson said. He was like, bro, the reason why, when we start first 2-3 rounds, he's like, the reason why I keep beating you is because you keep fighting, you're not waiting for an opportunity. You just focus on not being hit. If you accept the fact that I'm gonna hit you, right? You will then look for opportunities to hit me. All you spend time doing is blocking. And I think there's a similar thing say you spend so much time not wanting
to show your
that
vulnerability.
no one can see the opportunities.
Yeah.
Don't say no one can see. It's like I'm spending so much. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to. I can't trust. I can't. But if you're like, fuck, bro, like, so what if I don't have the guap? So what if I'm sleeping on the couch? Now it's like, oh, God, you doing that? Dog, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's that moment of, bro, I can't. If I show you, then I don't know what you're gonna do with the information.
I just with that being said, I remember when I went back home 15 years ago, and the guys were like, "Why aren't you chilling with the boys that you matriculate with?" And the boys, I was like, "I don't want to chill with you guys because you guys are competitive." And they're like, "We don't understand." They're like, "Cause steel shop is steel." I was like, "No, I'm not about that life."
Still sharpness, still.
I was like, I don't want to compete with guys that I care for.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been privileged enough to be around spaces where people collaborate, and your strength, what is my weakness, becomes now my strength.
Yeah.
Because whatever you good at, if you good at editing, we good at editing.
Yeah.
You know, if you good at rapping, we good at rapping. Because you open doors that we all go through. Yeah. So I was like, I'm done with people competing with each other, because with us, the competing can easily become toxic. There's jealousy, there's this, there's that, and I was like, I can't deal with that energy.
Question. I'm struggling with something that I've told Slim about, right? Me, I'm like, sure, like,
Sure.
where this past December, where I felt like, okay, question is, how do you guys deal with outgrowing people, right? Me, I went back to the same group of friends that I had, but I found myself dimming my light every day when I'm with them.
I'll tell you a story that when I go to Newcastle, every time I go to Newcastle, I drive my Suzuki. Every time. Because I've realized that with those people, it doesn't intimidate them. They feel calm.
Oh, you left the range.
He left the Ashton.
Okay.
Oh, the ash. Oh, okay. Cool.
I think they find me. Like, when we're having serious conversations, they fine.
My bad.
Because I understand, Uguti, unfortunately, some of the chains are not at a level of processing.
Yeah.
So when I'm there, I'll drink a beer and I'll wear as humble as I can, because I know what it does to their psyche. It makes them want to prove that they are worthy and they can never not fit to an appella. And I was like, I don't want to be chilling with guys that are constantly competing with me.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
And I don't, and at the same time, because I love you, I don't want to cut you out of my life.
Yeah.
Because I know you're fun and I know that you've shared experiences. Bro. So I don't want to cut you out. But I know, Guti, if I move how I move, to you who has not gotten out of that bubble, it's going to feel
Haven't seen the
intimidating.
other side.
Because you go back to Walanga and people are like, hey, bruh, so you work with this guy and that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, dog, we saw you with this guy and that guy. Now they instantly feel, some might feel intimidated. Some might feel like you are, and you can't really have real, actual conversations. You can't even say to him, when,
Yeah.
I'm now almost 20. You know, so I've learned with a certain mindset that I still love.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say, and I'm not pro this.
I tried
I'm
my
not pro
best.
this.
Like
But I had to.
I dim down the way I like. Obviously, the way people dress here
Yeah.
and in whatever, it's different. I tried.
I'm not pro that, but I do that.
There was a
It's wrong
moment
of me.
where I'm at my four. We had a restaurant right, in Waterfront. No, yeah, Century City. We're there, and sharp fike waitress, and I'm like, ish, my sister, le class in Taga. Yabo, alone penny class na class. Yabo.
Rookie move.
Yabo, cool.
That's a rookie move.
I've been hustling the whole time. I'm
No,
like,
you need to drink that dirty. Drink all that dirty.
my
glass.
sister imtaga le class. I go put in John imtaga uthini. Sisi imtaga. Now uyayibona nje imtaga le class. Anzokwazi uselela le class. They all looking at me like,
Who the hell do you think you are?
so when the class went back,
Nigga, we've been
yeah,
doing that
ka usuke chope.
Bro, like,
Yeah, ka usuke chope.
because you chilling with this guy and that
Yeah,
guy.
nxa ba ke ukwena ke like uhlala nosibu every day.
Yo.
Say, I'm like, bro, yo.
Bro, let me tell you a story. The one time that I'm coming from my aunt's house. They're having like a shindig. They're having msebenzi span. So I'm tossed by, no, we need to go get some stuff kwa ShopRite. Driving with a couple of uncles. I'm driving
Come
my
back with
mom's
Rishlu,
car.
bro.
Ne?
Rishlu.
Coming back with my... Then
Have to. Stand easy.
the phone rings. Ne?
You came back with a select.
There, on the
With the
screen
capture
is written, DJ Spoo. That is like akayiphendule. Answer it. I'm like, yo, no, man. If I answer, Hurdman, he's like, man, listen. So I don't know what, I think he wanted his decks. I think he wanted decks. Like, yo, I want, no. I'm like, okay, cool. Just speak to that because I'm in Cape Town now. This person's still in Joburg. Sharp. Put the phone down.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
Nyana so that he left na to la liquor store without taking Chemasini, without taking. I'm like, yo, how do you assume? He's like,
Because
no.
he's your boy. You spoke to him like he's your boy.
Sukboli na full Facebook, usbu egnigi mo fire. So definitely you have this money.
You're
I'm like,
trending.
how in the how do you think just because I spoke to this person?
I don't have an answer for Sia because I know when I'm back home, there's something about me where I feel the need to keep it cut like Capitec and pay with the card like Capitec.
Sure.
I feel it's sad and it's wrong of me, and I acknowledge that it's wrong of me, but I know what's it.
Now, the question now,
How
how long do you have to do that now?
5 years ago, I can't remember. We're back Wako, and my kids like they come out. Ish, fuck them kids.
Nigga Salah put him back.
Kids are like,
R.I.P. Perry back.
you know, kids are like, hello, Gogo.
Hello, Coco.
Hello, Gogo. Like everything about them, sober one. Everything about them is just making me angry. Everything, and even the clothes that their fucking mom had packed, it's just making me angry. You know.
Yeah.
Donna just comes through me and says, Baba, what's the Wi-Fi password? I just fucking lose it. I lose it. Donna's there with the iPad. Is like, Baba, what's the Wi-Fi password here? And you show it to, and I'm to hear my cousins and yes. And I'm also just trying to, you know, because you're trying to assimilate.
The
and you're like,
Wi-Fi password.
yeah.
choosing, you know, like, Baba, what's the Wi-Fi password here?
Yeah.
Yes, that's boy. And now how much they're looking at me, I'm like,
God damn it.
I'm like, God damn it.
What you gonna do?
You motherfuckers. I mean, I'm trying to people they reach you.
Yeah.
I'm one of us.
Yeah. Sisongi.
Sisongi. Hey, boy, my kids embarrassed me, bro. I didn't even know what to say. You know when you pull
That look.
Like you really did this shit.
I give Uzita my phone. I'm like,
Yeah,
One of the day.
yeah, it's going down.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoever packed this shit, because we're not Elokshi, we're in the rooms.
Yeah.
And they there with an iPad Air. They just, my cousin's like, yo, on a TV.
TV.
Petty TV. Like, yeah.
Will this dimming the light thing ever end though?
It will once we start educating the people that we love. Because we have to educate.
Yeah.
Because when we were at that stage, we might have been privileged enough to have a Slim say, Ibra, come to Joburg.
Because man, there's a lot of guys that left the hood that have made it. But Jambona Lomchitas with the chefs bandimlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not I must let range go over dimlo.
Yeah.
Then nigga, but I don't wanna be that like
There's pros and cons that in everything that we do. So we also just need to always be cognizant of how we move, because at the end of the day, the reality is we're still going through the mud in our lives. So we still going through the challenges, and we still fighting with SARS, and we still fighting with our broke ass as it is. It's just that there's a perception that we have. But the reality is that we are still, and this is what I say to my cousins, this is what I say to my brothers, this is what I say to, I was like, guys, I'm still going through it. So don't look at the perception that social media has portrayed Guti, I have made it.
Yeah.
The day in fear like a hot air balloon, that's when you guys say
there will be
"Fun has
signs.
made it."
There will be
signs. But as it is right now, guys, the perception is not reality.
Yeah.
Because I'm also struggling. I'm also struggling in my relationship. I'm also struggling financially. Nam school fees Nam I also am trying to sort out my own debt in my life. So don't look at me thinking, assuming because you saw me with Utebza, and Utebza owns tribal and he does this and he has millions of whatever. That's his journey. You know, I'm leveraging off him and learning and growing. And I'm trying to say, leverage off whoever's around you so that you can also grow.
Yeah.
Because guys, the reality is, the three of us that are sitting here, we are going through shit. We are also not where we would like to be. You know, we are not where we had thought 10 years ago. If I had to say to myself, where would you be at 36? I'd be like, hey, I would have. I haven't hit the goals that I thought I'd hit at 30.
Yeah.
Let alone 36. I still haven't hit my 30-year-old goals. So like, and you try to explain to people, Guti, look, I know it looks like, but I promise you, Nami, Enli, no ma'am, we sleep back to back. I'm telling you that there's days where noodles. I'm telling you there's days where u-Abs uyangifonela ngibuka inamba ngiziphi, uSazi uyangifonela ngibuka inamba ngiziphi. I'm telling you that I've got those days, more of those days than not those days.
Yeah.
But when are you looking at a perception? Because you saw me doing a campaign. That's work so that I can get a little bit of money. And I think that's where we miss each other when it comes to the social media narrative.
We have to give them the full picture, basically.
And we miss that. We really do, because they'll see us driving in car X and they'll make certain assumptions. Anyway, guys, let's wrap up. Can we wrap up? Sizo can wrap up? Tebza can wrap up?
Yeah, man, that's your decision.
Alright, dog. Final words.
Yep.
Black Slim, final words. CF, final words.
Even if you work hard, doesn't mean you're gonna make it.
Damn, bro, we can't add on now.
How do you add on to that?
Oh, my feet.
Just like
Oh,
it sounds like a word of the day, you know?
no, Peter. I see. Okay, now,
Listen,
come on.
Stop
Come
it right
on.
there. But facts, though. Facts.
No, can we end on like?
A positive note.
You can't want to tell a man how he must end.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, I can't say. Hey, and that's the reality, because you can work hard and still fall on your face. Ne?
Yeah.
And that's a fact, bro.
Yeah.
Because people always think like that equals
Because that's what the movies say, Mos. Rocky,
that-
we watched Rocky saying what
And
he
that
fights, he
equals
wins.
that. Yeah, that's very true.
Shit. Ish. Okay, yeah.
I guess.
I guess. Okay. Black Slim.
Jeez. I'm not even gonna try and match it, man. Honestly, fuck. So much pressure. After what
There's
this
no
nigga
pressure.
said,
Why is there
honestly.
pressure? It's
There's
just
pressure.
you wrapping up. Like, guys, buy my album. I'm going back to music.
No, but on a real level, I recently just relaunched my business. Black Grind, coffee shop based
Ish, same age,
in
I'm-
Studios
In Newtown.
in Newtown.
Joburg.
And one of the biggest lessons that I learned is it's okay to start over.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening to that, it's okay to start over, start better, or start worse, start broke, start tired. Just fucking start.
Yeah, you always say fail forwards.
Yeah. Fell
Yeah,
forward.
no, guys. I think. Yeah, that's powerful. Mina, from my side, is just thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sia. Thank you, Bontu. Thank you, Sizwe. Thank you, Debza. Truly appreciate every time that we're here. All the best on your journey with parenting.
Yeah.
The ups and the downs. Like, just enjoy every part of it. Slim, we're waiting for you now.
I knew this shit was coming.
Do the things.
I knew
Sizwe,
this was
we're also
coming.
waiting for
I
you.
do have a kid. Right here.
What? Oh.
Newborn.
Come on.
Newborn right here.
That's so annoying. It's like,
I do have one,
You know,
bro.
people that have like a dog. Like, I'm a dog dad. I'm a dog mom. Alright.
They have a dog.
I'm a plant mom. Alright.
Let's
cool.
go, Slim.
You know, but we're waiting for you, waiting
Yes,
for
sir.
Caesar.
You don't need that strap.
You know, because there's 3 dads here trying to do the best that we can. But guys, I hope that whoever is watching this watches it twice, because there's a lot of lessons here, and I think guys were very, very sincere. We are still going through our challenges, and in Safunda as a machita, man. You know, as gents, we're sitting here, we're chopping it up, we're having a nice little beverage, we're having good laughs, you know. But at the end of the day, it's cool sana. So I'm truly appreciative, machita, of you guys coming through, and I'm very, very grateful for just the privilege of being here. And yeah, that's it from my side.
Shout out.
Oh,
Shout
Thanks,
out.
guys. Out.
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
How'd you land up here?
You asked me this 2 months ago.
Nah, bruh.